Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tyler, and today I'm going to be doing a collaborative what if on what if CABBA was in Universe 7. Part 2 will be on Storm's channel, and he's the one who actually came up with the idea, so shoutouts to him. And please, I cannot establish this enough. You guys need to check out part 2 immediately after part 1. Listen, I know I have a lot of people saying, continue what ifs! And I know some people are going to comment that on this what if, but relax. Part 2 will be immediately linked in the description when the video, even before the video uploads, alright? I got y'all. Just please go check out part 2 on Lightro's channel, and be sure to go subscribe to this man. What are you guys doing? Just subscribe to this man. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we are going to be doing what if CABBA was in Universe 7, and with that being said, let's get right into the video.
Hey, collecting rings like a Sonic. Bitches wanna party. My wrist getting heavy. Got 'em on a diet, yeah. Flex like I'm Hogan. Yo, bitch coming over. We respect.
This story would take place right before King Cold and Mecha Frieza arrive on Earth, and on their way to Earth they find a planet with a pretty large power reading. King Cold passes by it and saying that they should be enough, but Frieza is insistent they should go and check it out so he can have a new right-hand man and build up a stronger army. Then land the ship on that planet and search around until they find a power level, and this power level would be stronger than any of Frieza's previous servants. This was CABBA, a Saiyan who had been born to two survivors of Planet Vegeta's explosion. He would still have no tail, and we did nerf him a lot compared to himself in Super, but that's just to make the story work and not have him one-shot everybody. Frieza would ask CABBA certain questions, and he would get responses out of CABBA like the fact that he is a Saiyan, and CABBA has no idea who Frieza is. Frieza would also notice that there's a lack of much life at the planet and asks if he had taken it over, and CABBA would then say no, and it's been this way since he's got here. And his Saiyan pod finally crapped out. And with that being said, Frieza, realizing that the Saiyan seems much nicer than most of them, decides to try and take advantage of this, and Frieza would then tell CABBA about what had happened to him and the fact that this guy gave him these cybernetic parts because he nearly killed them and he destroyed the planet that he was on, along with wiping out his entire army. And Frieza was going to use that army to try and rehabilitate the entire universe and make it a better place and help fix planets like these by helping the life flourish. With that being said, CABBA would want to do good, and now that he knows Frieza's morals, he would decide to join him, and Frieza's plan would work. Frieza would snake his way out of the situation, and this leads into CABBA joining Frieza and King Cold, and the three of them then head to Earth. On their way, CABBA is shown around the ship and asks a few questions about Frieza and Cold that they respond to, making CABBA trust them a lot more. Eventually they arrive on Earth and begin to wait for Goku. However, future Trunks would then arrive and dispatch of Frieza's entire army, and saying that Frieza himself is next. CABBA notes this, and due to Frieza being the closest thing to a friend he's had in a long time, he immediately charges into attack and he punches Trunks, but it's blocked by his arm. Trunks didn't remember Bulma saying anything about Frieza's men other than that he had Saiyans, so maybe this was one of them. He and CABBA begin to battle, with CABBA being able to keep up with Trunks, although he was blocking every attack. Eventually Trunks sensed Frieza's energy growing and looked over to see him charging a blast to off-guard him. He quickly bursts into Super Saiyan to deflect the blast and blow CABBA away. Frieza would then realize that this is a Super Saiyan transformation, and CABBA hears him say this, also realizing that Trunks is a Saiyan. Trunks then kills Frieza, and CABBA once again began to charge in, but Trunks moves his hand, telling him to stop. He told him that he had no idea the type of people they are, but he can sense the good in his heart. These two were not good in the slightest, and so CABBA stood back questioning all this while Trunks also killed King Cold. The Saiyan would then ask him what he meant earlier, and Trunks would explain over some sodas he brought. CABBA understands Frieza's evil and feels foolish for being betrayed like that. He looks up to Trunks in a way because he helped him realize this. He also learned that Trunks is only a few years older than him. Along with the group questioning Trunks, they also question CABBA on things such as his race, age, backstory, etc. Vegeta takes note that he's a young Saiyan and says that he must have some good potential if he's another generation of Saiyans. CABBA says that he's just been doing some training while trying to survive on the planets he's been on, and Goku arrives and Trunks tells him everything, gives him the medicine, and after he leaves, Goku realizes that there's a new kid. He then questions him and Piccolo, telling everyone about the androids. Here, CABBA is presented with the choice to stay on Earth and train with Vegeta, or take Frieza's ship and leave. CABBA, wanting to find a place to actually live with other people, decides to stay and train with Vegeta. During these 3 years of peace, the two would learn Super Saiyan, and both of them would be stronger than Vegeta was in canon because Vegeta has a sparring partner here. Vegeta teaches CABBA some of his moves, and CABBA makes some variations like the Gallic Cannon. Vegeta helps him become far stronger both in combat and will, and by the end, the two are close in strength. Vegeta also mentally notes that CABBA will surpass him one day. As the 3 years pass, Android 19 and 20 arrive, Yamcha gets absorbed, and Goku fights 19 and loses, with Yamcha taking him back home to get the medicine for the heart virus. However, it was then at that point Vegeta and CABBA arrived. Android 20 noted that he had nothing in his research about CABBA, but Vegeta then told him that it wouldn't matter because his research would be useless once he's dead. Vegeta took on 19 to show that he could beat him, unlike Kakarot, while CABBA fought 20. Vegeta would proceed to kill 19 without anything being absorbed from him, and saw CABBA take down 20, who begged for his life. CABBA wanted to spare him, but Vegeta tells him to end it. Dr. Gero then uses this opportunity to blast the ground and get dust in everyone's eyes so that he could absorb CABBA's energy and get away. He then makes it to his lab, releasing the androids who would then kill him. Vegeta then opts to fight 18, and she agrees. However, it doesn't end up in her favor since Vegeta here is a lot more powerful and a better fighter. So in the beginning he wins pretty decently, and 17 sees this and decides to join in, hitting Vegeta away. CABBA then charges in at 17 and went Super Saiyan again to face him, and CABBA was able to keep up with 17 equally. However, the drain of Super Saiyan would hinder him in the fight, same for Vegeta, running low on energy before his killing blow. This allows for 18 to begin beating on Vegeta, and the same goes for 17 to CABBA. This is then when around the time Trunks and the Z Fighters all decide to try and jump the androids and get bodied as well, and 16 asks if they can go now, and so they do. Vegeta doesn't get a broken arm here, and so he doesn't go sulk in the mountains, instead opting to go to the gravity room to improve, while CABBA stayed back with the group. Piccolo fuses with Kami, and CABBA goes with him to go and search for Cell, and the two find him, and Piccolo still bodies him, although when Cell absorbs his arm, CABBA blasts him with the Gallic Cannon in Super Saiyan. The two then listen to his speech before he then uses a solar flare and escapes, lowering his energy. The two try to find him, but ultimately they cannot, and Goku then recovers and tells everyone about the time chamber, offering Vegeta to go first with whoever he wants, and this time he decides to go in with CABBA, and so Trunks would then go in with Piccolo after Goku and Gohan go in. During this, Trunks and Piccolo search for Cell and eventually were found by the androids on Kame House, and the two agree to fight them once again, but Piccolo says that he will take care of 17 if he wins, and they will take on 18 together. Trunks agrees, and Piccolo's fight with 17 goes the same, with Cell arriving and trying to absorb 17. However, with Trunks here, he tries to fight Cell off as Piccolo tells the androids to run. 17 still refuses like in canon and eventually gets absorbed. Cell then searches for 18, but that's when Vegeta and CABBA arrive, and the two are stronger than Vegeta and Trunks were due to them already being stronger as well and actually training together in the time chamber instead of doing their own thing. Oh yeah, and I forgot, they are actually in grade 4 this time. Reason why is because they were already stronger and trained together, unlike Vegeta and Trunks in canon, and CABBA would learn the faults of Super Saiyan grade 3 and wouldn't try and take advantage of it. He would then try and push past it, unlocking grade 4 before Vegeta does, and Vegeta congratulates him and begins to try and unlock it for himself. And toward the end of their training he actually does so, and now he easily bodies Cell and still tries to give him a chance to absorb 18 like in canon. However, CABBA doesn't want to waste 18's life when she really hasn't done much to them, and he also noticed her kiss for Krillin. On top of this, it would make Cell stronger, and he doesn't want that to happen. And so he decides to defy his mentor by transforming into grade 4 and firing a Big Bang attack at Semi-Perfect Cell, disintegrating him. Vegeta is angered by this and yells at CABBA for it, but CABBA tries to defend himself by saying that he didn't want Cell to end up winning. Vegeta insulted his lack of confidence and told him he needed to go on his own for a while. The group then waited for Goku and Gohan to get out, and so after that Piccolo and Trunks then go in, and Trunks would be weaker than his canon self, but Piccolo would be stronger due to him having a training partner. Trunks would learn Super Saiyan grades 2 and 3, but CABBA would warn him about grade 3. Trunks thanks him and leaves to defeat his own androids. Vegeta would then tell his apprentice that he was serious about what he said before and to come back in a year or to show him that he's improved. CABBA agrees and once again apologizes. During the first year of the 7-year peacetime, he trains on his own while also trying to live in the city. He tries to learn a few things about humans and things like that, just trying to become more accustomed to Earth than he was while mostly training with Vegeta. He also tries to date people, which is something that Bulma recommended, and he does meet someone which you guys might be familiar with. Marin. Yeah, I know she's a filler character, but Toriyama has stated that filler is just an expansion of the manga and had even helped on some filler. And past that, Marin is also referenced in Dragon Ball Super. Anyways, the two then date for a while, and over time Marin realizes she actually likes CABBA aside from just his money that he had from Capsule Corp, plus CABBA isn't a simp, so he isn't just gonna buy her everything. The two then get married and have a kid about 2.5 years into the time skip, and so now they have their own house near Capsule Corp where CABBA goes to train with Vegeta and also bonds with Trunks, who sees CABBA as an uncle. We'll say that the kid is indeed a girl with blue hair, and her name can be Maru, combining Marin and CABBA's names in Japanese. She develops a good friendship with Goten and Trunks, and during the time skip as well, despite being younger than them. Goku is also training on Earth since he didn't die and would be weaker than his canon self. Moving on to the Buu Saga, the tournament still happens and everyone enters, but this time CABBA does as well, and it doesn't last long though due to them having to go after Popovich and Yamu. While they go out, Maru would be chilling with Marin, aka Krillin's daughter, and they become friends pretty quickly, although between Marin and Krillin it is a little awkward. Eventually the Z Fighters go after Popovich and Yamu, only to have Kibito die and Krillin and Piccolo turn to stone, and then they would have to go inside of Babidi's lair. And the ones to go out and stop Babidi are Goku, Vegeta, and CABBA, and they all defeat the threats inside of Babidi's lair pretty easily. Babidi tries to control Vegeta, however he isn't affected due to him having already fought Goku multiple times throughout the time skip. This then leads into No Majin Buu and Babidi being killed soon after. After this, some time would pass and Beerus would arrive on King Kai's planet to face Goku while everyone else would attend to Bulma's birthday party. Beerus bodies Goku, whose highest form is Super Saiyan 2 this time. Now after this portion of the story, things start playing out with the canon timeline, and the only difference is that CABBA is included here and he gets bodied by Beerus along with the rest of the Z Fighters. Along with also that when Goku learns about the ritual, Videl's pregnancy is never spoken about since we both have CABBA and Maru. Goku then gets the transformation and fights Beerus like in canon, and afterwards Whis offers Vegeta to train with him and he agrees, and CABBA also decides to tag along. And this is where we are going to be leaving things for right now, and be sure to go check out part 2, which should be immediately uploaded right after part 1. So you guys, part 2 should already be out. Go on Lightro's channel and go check it out, boys. I'll be sure to literally put part 2 not only in the comment section but also in the description, and I'll probably put it later in my community tab. You guys literally can't miss it. It's on Lightro Storm's channel, Lightro_Storm, alright, LIGHTRO_STORM. I cannot make this any more clear than I already did, so if I get a bunch of comments saying, "Where's part 2?" I don't know what I'm gonna do. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching part 1. Be sure to go check out part 2 on Lightro's channel. Peace out. Bye.